When you're facing harassment online, it can feel incredibly isolating, just overwhelming. That's why we've put together this explainer. Think of it as a digital first aid kit, a clear, actionable guide on how to handle it, right here in the UK. So let's get right to it. You're being harassed online. What do you actually do? It's the first and most important question, and it's exactly what we're going to break down step by step. So here's our roadmap for today. First, we'll get clear on what online harassment actually is in the eyes of the law. Then, we'll dive into that huge dilemma. Should you respond or just ignore it? After that, we'll give you an immediate action plan, talk about what to do when you hit roadblocks, and finally, cover how to take definitive legal action. Let's get into it. Okay, first things first, what are we actually talking about here? Because online harassment, it's not just about some random trolling. No, in the eyes of UK law, it's something very, very specific. Okay, so let's break this down. Under the Protection from Harassment Act, the absolute key phrase is a course of conduct. What that means is it has to happen more than once. We're talking at least 2 related incidents that cause you real alarm or distress. So it's not just a single nasty comment, it's a pattern. So what does this look like in the real world? Well, it could be threatening messages or sending content that's indecent or grossly offensive. But notice the pattern again, right? A threatening email that's then followed up by a threatening text, or messages sent not just to you, but to a family member too. That's a clear course of conduct. Right, so when you're in the thick of it, you're faced with this immediate choice. Do you engage? Do you reply to the harasser? Or do you just ignore them completely? And honestly, there's no easy one-size-fits-all answer here. So you can see the dilemma right here. On the one hand, ignoring them can be a really powerful move. You deny them the attention they're so desperate for, and often you start to feel more in control. But then there's the flip side. If the person harassing you has a real vendetta, your silence might just encourage them to get worse, to escalate things. And this quote, well, it really hits the nail on the head. For so many of these abusers, any response, it doesn't matter if it's positive or negative, is a victory. It's the acknowledgement they're looking for. It confirms they've gotten to you. You're basically giving them exactly what they want. So, whether you choose to respond, to block, or to ignore, there are 3 things that are totally non-negotiable. This is your immediate action plan. 3 things you absolutely must do right now to start taking back control. Okay, step 1, document everything. Screenshot all of it. And this is crucial, do not delete anything, not even your own replies. This is your evidence. Step 2, report it to the social media platforms. Use their report abuse tools. What's happening to you is a violation of their rules. And step 3, report it to the police. You need to create an official record. This is absolutely vital for anything that might happen down the line. And look, I can't stress this enough. These 3 steps are the absolute bedrock of your defense. It doesn't matter what else you decide to do. You have to do these 3 things. Okay, let's be real for a second. Sometimes you do everything right. You follow those steps, you report it, but you hit a wall. It can be so frustrating when it feels like nobody is taking you seriously. And here's the big one, right? The question so many people worry about. You've got all your evidence, you go to the police, and they seem confused, or even worse, unhelpful. What on earth do you do then? And believe it or not, this quote really explains why this can happen. The truth is, a lot of police forces just aren't properly trained to handle online crime, and some mistakenly think the internet isn't their jurisdiction. Now, that's not an excuse, but it does explain the pushback you might face. But here's what you need to remember. This is crucial. The internet might not have a jurisdiction, but you do. If you live in their area, it is absolutely their job to deal with your complaint. Don't let them fob you off. You need to insist on registering a formal complaint and make sure you leave your evidence with them. Right, so what happens when you've done all that and it's still going on? Well, now it's time to escalate. It's time to talk about taking definitive legal action so you can regain control for good. This is the point where you stop playing defense and start playing offense. The UK's civil law actually gives you some really powerful tools that are specifically designed to stop harassment in its tracks. This isn't just about weathering the storm anymore. It's about ending it. So what can specialist lawyers actually do for you? Well, a lot. They can get a legal injunction to force the person to stop. They can help you claim damages for all the distress it's caused. They can even help track down anonymous harassers and get horrible, offending web pages taken down. And get this, sometimes all it takes is a single hard-hitting letter from a solicitor to make it all stop. Look, at the end of the day, this is about taking all that frustration, all that feeling of helplessness, and turning it into powerful, decisive action. It's about making sure the person causing you so much harm is finally held accountable. So if you are ready to make it stop, if you're ready to turn that frustration into real action, then you need experts in your corner. To get specialist legal advice and make the harassment stop for good, get in touch with the team at Cohen Davis Solicitors. They are true experts in this field, and you can reach them on the free phone number you see on your screen. Thanks for watching.